We focus on Shelton now. I've got great guests in studio. The Focus on Shelton is brought to you this week and every week by our community credit union. Tom and Mo from Smokin Mo's, as well as City Manager Ryan Wheaton. Good morning to y'all.
Good morning.
Morning, Jeff.
Thanks for coming on. We'll talk about some exciting things happening right around the location of Smokin Mo's. But first, Ryan, this looks likely that the City of Shelton residents will be able to vote this upcoming November on moving from the commission form of government to a city manager council form of government. Is that accurate? Council manager form of government. So where are we at in this?
Yesterday, the city commission passed a resolution that puts that petition on the ballot.
Okay.
So that will go forward for the November general election. And we're actually trying to figure out what our role is. This is, to everybody at the city who's been there for a while, this is the first time they can remember a petition actually making it onto the ballot.
Okay.
So this is a little bit new to us. And we're going to work over the next week or so to figure out what our role is in helping educate the options, or educating people in Shelton about the options.
And that maybe either not coming out with one position or another,
Correct.
but having enough information so folks all know. Because this is going to affect the whole city.
Yeah, we
the
won't
county,
have,
lots of folks.
we certainly won't have a direction or a recommendation, but we will play some role in getting information out about the two options, and we'll figure that out next week or so.
Okay, good. So what, 3 days ago, we headed over by Smokin Mo's on the corner of 2nd and Railroad, and we see a city crew and a cement truck out there, and they're filling in a portion of where there was a parking spot. Now it's going to be a parklet. This is a great idea. And when did it get started? How did it come to fruition? And talk to me about this.
We come from small southern towns. We moved from Charleston, South Carolina to here. And the thing about Charleston is that most people don't realize you got a very brief amount of time that you want to sit outside there.
Right.
The winter's too cold, the summer's too hot, large flying things, insects coming at you.
Rain, thunderstorms.
Yeah, it's rough. And yet that area is saturated in outdoor seating options. So we moved to Shelton, and we joke about the rain here, but truthfully, we have amazing weather here.
Oh, yeah.
We spend the majority of our time at home outside on our porch. And it was shocking to me that I can't think of very many or if any, family-friendly, full-service restaurants that offer outdoor seating in our main historic corridor. And so we wanted to change that.
When did you first start thinking about this? How long has the process taken? And what were some of the challenges that you were seeing?
I think we've always considered the possibility. There isn't a mold already set in place in Shelton for us to follow, so that probably deterred us for a little bit longer than we would have. Our customers have asked for it. We live here. We have a 2-year-old on Sundays. We go family day. We go out, find somewhere for brunch. And it seems like we're wanting some of that sunshine because we work indoors.
Yeah.
We don't get it during the week. So I think that was the start of it.
When we first talked about it, you told me the obstacle was us, which I think is probably fair.
The city?
I think it's fair to say that we, as most mentioned, we didn't have a mold for this because we haven't done it, and it wasn't something that the city had pushed, even though it was part of the downtown visioning plan that was put together. When I met with Mo 2 months ago, roughly.
It's been a lifetime.
Mo was gracious enough to spend some time explaining her passion for the city and all the things that Smokin Mo's envisions doing above and beyond the things that they've done for the community in the last decade. And this is one of the things that when she mentioned it, it just didn't seem that difficult to do.
Sure.
And I think we found out that there were a couple hurdles that we had to go through to get there. But at the end of the day, the project that we're almost done with now wasn't really that difficult to do. And I think that the benefits, not just for that area of town, but really for all of Railroad, are going to be pretty big.
That was part of the visioning project. We talked about that last year. Excuse me. That the sidewalks potentially could have been extended. We played around with it a little at the last year Business Expo to show that. So this kind of would be what that would have looked like. Is that
in a
accurate?
way? So we're going to still maintain the same ADA access all the way around. The sidewalk will still be there. You'll have to go around the seating in a portion, which is why we extended the sidewalk in a little bit. But the seating will be up against the wall, which is the requirement. And for us, this was a project that when Mo mentioned it, Smokin Mo's offered to pay for the materials to push this thing through. That they planned it. They worked through Liquor Control Board. From the city's perspective, we saw this as something that the business wanted to do, the community clearly wanted because it was in the plan, and it was something that everybody at the city was excited to do as well.
One of the things that we were talking about was Liquor Control, Liquor and Cannabis Board. They've got strict rules on these, outdoor drinks, things like that. I had, for a long time, until probably this morning, I suppose, a thought that you had to have some sort of a railing, some sort of demarcation line that says you are not in the restaurant, you are in the restaurant, but that's not the case anymore.
Yeah, I think for the first time, I think a pilot program was started in the city of Seattle for what they called a sidewalk cafe that eliminated the need for a 42-inch barrier around the outdoor seating area. And we had no idea it existed. We had gone through this process at the start with the plan of fabricating and building a permanent barrier outside.
Which is expensive.
Yeah, which was costly. And a week into it, Craig Gregory shows up at our door and hands me a pamphlet, and he says, check this out. So we take a look, and as it turns out, he had found the pilot program and did a little research and got some contact information, and we reached out to Liquor Control on that end, and next thing you know, all we needed for Liquor Control was to turn in a permit, and we've got the green light to put outdoor seating out without a barrier.
Wow.
I think that is extremely refreshing that they found this for us.
Yeah.
They found the most affordable, convenient way to make this happen. You know, I think people hear the word progress and they freak out a little bit. You know, progress must mean bigger. Progress doesn't mean bigger, it means better. And I think this is a simple but good example of what's possible when local government and small business work together. We're creating something down there that is going to benefit all of us. We're tax revenue from passing tourists. They're going to stop and stick around a little while. We're making it a more enjoyable place for families, and we're putting a little bit more money in servers' pockets and cooks' pockets. I think this is a win-win, and it really was because they and us got on the same page and worked towards the same goal.
I'm sure the cement has to cure a couple days, but what's your timeline on this thing?
Well, we turned in the final permit to Liquor Control yesterday morning. We should get an answer back hopefully by the end of the week, and then next week we should have tables.
Man, that's great.
We're excited because everybody in town's got time to get on Facebook and talk about everything that's going on.
They sure do.
And now they have another outlet to come down and actually enjoy the progress that's being made downtown. And hopefully people will come let us know what they think, whether or not they're just somebody that walks by and sees it and they feel like giving the city a call or stopping by our offices, or if they're another business in town or a citizen that has an idea. We are open for ideas, and we're excited when an entrepreneur comes forward and they have an idea that they're willing to do a private-public partnership. That's exciting for us, and this is a good one to start with.
And this isn't just for us. We hope to work out the kinks. We hope to develop with them a system, a process that other businesses in the area can use. It's my hope, not bigger, but better, to see people sitting all up and down Railroad Avenue, Coda.
Yeah, I think part of the whole thing is I feel like it makes a downtown area more welcoming when you have people outside.
Oh, yeah.
Lively. Yeah.
And it's been pretty exciting. I think I'll just say that for the first 9 years that we were in town, everybody that we talked to when we brought up the city of Shelton was how prohibitive they were to small business and the growth of small business, and how they really weren't willing to help or read outside the lines. And I think the new leadership there is it's been remarkable, the difference and the change we've seen.
That's great. And again, you guys paid for the cement.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't shrink the size of the street.
Mm-mm.
Took out one parking spot, but as I talked about
Which
earlier
frankly
this morning,
was mine usually, so I lost my parking spot.
Well, okay. And then how many seats are you thinking?
Up to 24, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll start small, work our way.
That is
as we
amazing.
always have.
That's great.
But it's also family friendly.
Yeah.
It's pet friendly.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Wouldn't that be nice in summer if you're traveling up to Kids Ave and you've
Sure.
got your dog in the car and you need somewhere to, you don't want to leave them inside.
Why are you
but
traveling to Kitsap? Why can't you just
Wait,
travel to this
stay here.
Shelton?
Just stay here in town. But yeah, we get that. We get it. That's
As long
awesome.
as you stop
You're traveling
at
from Kitsap.
this is our relationship. As long as you stop on Railroad and Second and have
and have some food. All right, Smokin Mo's again. They are online at smokinmos.com. You can find them on facebook.com/smokinmos. We'll put the links in the show notes on this interview. But this is Focus on Shelton. Tom, Mo, Ryan, thanks for coming in and talking to me about this, explaining it a little bit.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for having us.